here. We're just going live. We're not leaving you at all, at all, at all. I just don't understand what's going on with my mic. But we
I
are.
know technology.
I know technology and it's all its problems, all its glory. Miguel, where are you? Oh boy. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. We expect Miguel Barker, Dr. Miguel Barker, to be on. How are you, Michelle? Miss
Doing great.
Lord.
I'm doing great.
Sometimes me shame anytime I come on the show. You and Diana just all decked out and me look like one little shabby puppy, you know?
Well, you see, because I don't get to go out, this is sometimes an opportunity to get dressed, like to wear my jewelry. Have been
I like
sitting.
that actually. I like the jewelry. I like the jewelry a lot. It's
Yeah,
beautiful actually.
yeah. It's been sitting for 2 years.
COVID, hold it down, lockdown.
Yes, never show my plans. So
Oh my God. COVID that all way down. Bad,
right
bad,
now,
bad, bad. And that's unfortunate. So, get forgot go dance, get forgot dinner dance,
nothing. Kind
nothing.
of put on one party ride on one weekend and just go out.
Exactly. Lord of mercy. I would love to see that. Oh, Michelle in a battery ride. I can't believe this. Uh-oh.
Get up the dream.
Good morning, Miguel. How are you?
You're muted.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Michelle, listen, I just said to Michelle a while ago, every time me come on the show, me look like one little raggy doll, right? And she and Diana just dress up and gone out. She talk about she want to put on battery ride and thing. And this one person. um, so Miguel, it's good to see you. We haven't seen you. We haven't met on officially like when we meet Diana and Michelle. We haven't met face to face, but you feel like you're a friend long, 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 long time.
That's how it go, man. That's how good people interact, because
It's
it
good
feel
to
like
see
we
you.
know you. Feel like we know you very well, and
The
we
people
have
that need to know where you come from, though. Yeah, the people that need to know which bush you come from, which township you're close by,
come
what's the
from the
popular
bush.
fruit, what the popular food is, all anything that you need to tell the people them. So we're ready.
Well, I mean, it's St. Mary. I'm from St. Mary, and
Yes!
you see, good place, good place. But the thing
Michelle
about
Beck,
it is,
Michelle Beck's already. Michelle Beck's already.
Oh, okay, so St. Mary. I say I have relatives in St. Mary, so I am proud.
yes, of
My
course.
grandmother lives
The
in
thing
St.
about it,
Mary.
whenever you see a map of Jamaica drawing, any map of Jamaica, and I say whether it's a relief map or it's a political map, and not to be always.
I'm not a
I
bit.
hear you. Tate
I'm
is
not a
moving.
bit. I'm not a bit always there.
Always on the map. It doesn't matter if it's a relief or it's any kind of map. They always put another beer.
Now, let me
Because,
ask you this.
yeah,
Do you know what a natto is?
of course. Of course.
I bet
But,
you Michelle don't know. Michelle don't know.
I
See?
might have learned it, but
Okay,
I
all right.
don't recall.
yeah, the
Tell
thing
her
about
what
it,
a natto is.
the first thing is that, I've never seen any of the plants. But the funny thing, how I found out about what anatomy really means, as a kid growing up, we don't really know it as anatomy. We know it as natabia.
Nati. Yeah. Nata beer,
We
yes.
just natabia. So we don't really connect it to anything. But
Right,
even more importantly, we have never really seen the plant. What
right.
I know later, and it was actually a project that we had in school to write those projects about your community.
Yes.
And in doing those research in the library, I realized that it was actually a natto beer. And a natto is this plant that is a kind of dye,
A dye.
you know,
Yes.
a
It's a
kind of
food
dye
dye.
that
It's like the food dye.
is a food dye. So,
Yes.
and it's a thing that used to be exported right from. So if you're even in Anatolia right now, there's a place that we call Wharf.
Wharf, yes.
And
I
it's
know
kind of
Wharf.
like one of those, you just see lots of sticks, wood in the water going out to the sea. But there
Yes.
is not really a wharf there anymore. And they used to export that dye from Anatolia
Oh,
along
is
the
that
coast.
right? I didn't know that. Okay, okay. So if your mother ever cook rundown and you see it have a different color other than yellow or white, if it looks like the color of my shirt, dark brown or dark reddish, that she put nata in. She put nata in there, right?
You look
Hello.
confused. Like, what are you talking about?
You don't know the color. You don't know the color, Miguel. You don't know the color of the thing,
I
Miguel.
think it kind of, they call it not really, like an orangey color still.
What? Me know it to be reddish, brownish. So I don't know where you're talking about.
Yeah.
Orange.
Well, that is maybe closer to the color I was thinking. But yeah, reddish brown is closer to the truth.
The whole thing is that you're from St. Mary, which is a big thing for me because I'm always losing out to the people I'm from St. Anne and Kingston and Trelawney. So you come from upscale St. Mary. All right.
Yeah, man. Proper.
What high school did you go to?
Me, to be honest, there's only one school in Sydney.
One high school. Where do you go? One high school, right?
One
I like.
school.
Oh, they
St.
add,
Mary
they
No,
High.
add.
I know other
St.
school.
Mary
Oh,
High.
you went to St. Mary High?
Yes.
Of course.
What? The girls' school. That was a high
Maryville.
school. Right. That was a high school
Yeah,
too.
but me apply, but me never get through.
I have a few friends that went to St. Mary High.
Yes.
Yeah, we met up in college.
Okay, college. Okay, so maybe know some people, I know some people. When did you when were they at St. Mary High?
I think they were there maybe 98. They left around 98, 99.
Am I
Tamika,
the one freezing? Yes, normally.
I think, and if you know Tamika Earl, her dad was like a counselor but in Trelawney.
Yeah, she only know people at Trelawney. As long as you come at Trelawney and stay, she will know you, yeah? She don't know nobody outside of Trelawney. I want to say, I wish that everyone who's affected by the earthquake, the 7.0 earthquake this morning, it seemed like the last 3 earthquakes that we've had in the Caribbean has been 7.0. The one we had in Jamaica last year in 2019, the end of 2019 was 7.0. The affected countries are Bahamas, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Haiti, Puerto Rico. It was just off the epicenter was just off the coast of Haiti.
Yeah, because Haiti damaged bad.
Right. United States, outlying islands, and Cuba.
Wow, that's
and
not
so
massive.
I hope everybody's. I hope there's no lives lost. I'm tired of hearing people losing their lives these days because it's. I mean, from COVID start keep until now, it's like I've known so many people who have passed. I don't want to hear nothing more about people that dead at this time through any kind of catastrophe.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers as well. Extended to the families and everyone involved in that. Because normally it's a sudden thing.
Yeah.
Those countries are really going through a lot as well. So to have this on top of it certainly is a real challenge to your state. And appreciation of happening in the world. So.
Yes.
I feel it for all of them. Like when I saw on Facebook, like different friends from different parts of the island, like saying they felt the earthquake, I'm like, that's a major earthquake. I hope it's not something coming. But then I saw Haiti, and then like I felt it for Haiti.
Haiti doesn't need anything
else for the next 100 years.
They really don't need anything else right at this point in time.
Yeah, but what I noticed, when everybody was mentioning the earthquake, nobody followed the instructions that were taught. Everybody just stay in place or out looking. When they said to go to a safe place, go under a table, nobody did anything. It's like nobody taking the right precaution. Like, I guess I need to drill it more again.
Yeah. They used to say you need to stand in the doorway. When we were in school,
Yeah.
they tell us to go and stand in the doorway or underneath
A table.
something. So the thing is, Jamaica seems to be getting more frequent earthquakes though. Because I mean, when I was growing up, an earthquake was
Once.
very unusual to have earthquake. We get more hurricanes than earthquakes. So to be seeing so frequent earthquakes, no, it's really concerning. There might be something happening that we need to be more prepared.
Yeah, like something is coming, right?
Yeah.
Need to be careful.
And we are on a fault line because remember Port Royal earthquake and the Kingston earthquake
Yeah.
are actual part of our history. So it's just a matter that it has been very quiet and now recently seem to be activity. So
yeah, and a lot of the earthquakes. I mean, even the volcanoes start come back to life around the world. Like a lot of the volcanoes that have been silent.
We just have to be. A lot of things happening right now. I don't know if we're in the, as people said, the last days. Yeah. You have a visitor?
Yeah, this is always a special guest.
They having mic problem.
Tell him our guest name. Tell Miguel what our guest name is.
Our guest name Hadrian.
Okay, Hadrian.
Yeah.
All right. Before we go on to the next,
there's a wall in England, that runs across the border between England and Scotland called the Hadrian Wall.
Yeah, that's why he was named after.
Okay, see?
So okay. Let me ask you, before we go into anything else, you have any comments? Any comments on Facebook?
Yes. Olivia said good morning.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'll read it. Okay.
Yeah, man,
So Olivia said good morning, Leo and Michelle. Where's Diana? There was an earthquake in Jamaica this morning. Kian said good morning, my people. Anne-Marie Williams said Miss Pringle, English teacher, Queens High School, taught Shakespeare and Tolkien classics. It took Professor Louis Bennett to teach me my culture and language.
Okay. She answered the question already.
Anne-Marie. Marsha Major said good morning. Pray. We need God's mercy now more than ever. Amen. Nancy Brown said good morning. Grand rising kings and queens. Charlie Madden said Miss Sharon. She was my math teacher at Moran A High School. Nana Benging said greetings. Nancy Brown said, is Diana not joining us from Atlanta?
All right, make we apologize for Diana. I actually filed for Diana, right? I went to the immigration and filed for her, and then guess who was the attorney? Michelle was the attorney, and she get a chance to come to America. So she in flight right now from Jamaica to go to Atlanta. So hopefully she'll be able to join us some point in time to express her gratitude for us getting her visa to come to America.
Yes, I hope she brings some breadfruit.
I hope exactly, and mango.
I don't think she can carry mango, but yeah.
Oh, by the way, before we go any further, Miguel boasts this morning about theme kind of mango that's coming out in September or something like that. So we know the only mango in Jamaica with the only place in Jamaica we have that the mango which part Megel Barker, all right?
Oh wow.
Yes.
Lorna Hamilton says, I'm not a tree, there's a seeds used for coloring food. In Manchester, we use it in meat sometimes instead of curry. The color is more like a paprika.
Yes, it is. It is like a paprika. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
Philip says, good morning from Pembroke Pines, Florida.
Pembroke Pines, yes, next door. Hey, morning, Philip.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Yes, we have with us Dr. Megel Barker from St. Mary. All right. He's joined us this morning instead of Dianna Davis. And if Dianna Davis comes in, then we will have all two guys and two gals on the show this morning. We'll match out because the two guys are from same parish, St. Mary. And I really wanted to come on. All right. So since they start answering questions already, let's go into Miguel's primary school. What do you remember basic school or infant school, Miguel?
Well, of course.
Do you remember the first day you went in?
No, I don't remember the first day of basic school. I would be lying if I remember basic school.
Okay.
And I would say that I don't remember the first day of primary school, but I changed school. And I remember my first day when I changed school.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember the first day of primary or even basic school. But
I
remember events.
Which class did you go to when you changed school? When you changed school, which school did you go and which class did you go to?
The thing is, I was living in St. Catherine for part of my primary school years. I was living in St. Catherine, a place called Yorton. You like Yorton?
Yeah.
So I grew up near to the backside plants, Alcan, right near to them. So we used to even ride on the buckets that go up the hill to get the backside and come back down, So I grew up near to that, and then later on I moved back to Anatolia, where I was born, to return to live with my mother. So I remember my first day, coming back into Anatolia and going into grade 3. Oh. Yeah, and that was an eventful day for me as I was shifting school. Everybody knew everybody, and I'm like this new person turning up, Okay. Yeah, man. So it was an interesting day.
Okay.
Coming in.
Do you remember basic school, Michelle?
Yes, I do.
You remember the first day you went to basic school?
I remember with my cousins, like we all went to the same Falmouth infant school. And like the neighborhood children, our church house all went to the same school. And I remember being dropped off and going to our classes and my uniform.
Your ball?
Eh? No, I can't remember. It was all my cousin and neighbors. So it's like we just leave home and go to school, and then we get picked up or we walk home. We walk to the bus to go back home. Our bus used to pick us up. But I remember, and I knew the teachers because some of them lived in our area and were friends with my mother because she's a teacher.
Okay.
I remember that day wearing my blue uniform with my blue tie.
My first day in school was in basic school was a disaster, right? I remember it clearly. I'd never forget it, right? My mother gave us herbs Sunday, and it never take effect until Monday when we got to school. You understand?
Oh no!
They had to walk me home draining. Yes.
Of course.
Oh no!
Here is the details.
They get it washed out.
And I get it good too. My mom always laugh at me about that. I remember the day very clearly.
Oh man. I remember going to primary school because it was my mother's school.
Tell me about your first day. What did you look like on your first day?
Going to primary school?
Yes.
We had the blue uniform with a blue shirt, one nice. My mother always buy leather shoes that cannot mash up. And no matter how you try to break it in a mash up. So we had that. I had that, my socks, and she got me one little square book bag. It was square. It wasn't like us. It was square.
I can imagine you also had a lunch pan too. Yeah, you had lunch pan.
No, you know why? Because my mother was a teacher, so they got lunch.
Okay. I see. You say you're like a pet. You just and when lunchtime comes, you just run going on mama.
Hey, go to my mother.
Of course.
For all the persons who are on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. We have a few people on YouTube. Thank you. I wish I know what your names were so I could say we Thank you so much for joining us.
But it was so much fun because the first day, remember, you had to line up for devotion.
Yes.
And line up with your teacher for devotion, and we used to sing and dance. And, it was
but that
fun.
was basic school for me, the singing. And
that in primary school?
I don't remember doing it. I remember in basic school they had the thing where you sit down right next to each other and you row your boat.
Yeah,
Down the
Yeah.
stream and thing, and you bounce point each other, and I remember that in basic school. Miguel, you had that experience?
Yeah.
And,
You know,
and
the thing about it, my singular memory of basic school was, I remember we were told never to walk through a particular point in the school to go home. Because you know, when you're going to school, you go home for lunch.
right.
So we're going home for lunch after in basic school. And we normally go in groups. You know these things work. Everybody going, everybody coming back.
Yeah.
And we're not supposed to go through the barbed wire fence, right? We're supposed to go down to the road. Because I went to a basic school called Mother Senior Basic School, which was run by a lady who had one of them mother lady. We have one of these church, temple.
Mother. Hold on. Mother, you have to correct that. You have to make people understand what a mother church is, okay?
Yeah, it's a tabernacle. You know, she have her tabernacle and she used to run a basic school. Pretty much if you go to Anata, that was literally the basic school in Anata, unless you go to Catholic school or something like that. So you have a teacher named Miss Carol, and she used to warn us and said, do not walk through the fence. You know barbed wire fence where you have like 3 levels.
Yeah.
One low, one middle, one high. And as a kid, you kind of think you can go through. So I remember one day, we had lunch break and we were kind of late. We wanted to get home, get quickly out, and so we're going to thief through the fence. But you know the fence, you have to go through people's yard and then go through the fence.
Yes.
And tenement yard structure and all of that. In fact, through the yard with Ninja Man yard, because right at the roadside where the church, the school is, Ninja Man family live right at the head of it. Yeah. We are going through the backyard and we hear Miss Carol make a shout and say, come back, and everybody start go through the fence like a bolt. I dive through the fence, you know. And me and the bad lucky one, me dive through and the barbed wire grab me in my arm.
Oh my.
I get a deep cut.
You still have the cut by your hand?
Yeah, man, I still have the cut on my arm, man. Still have the cut that I received just for going through the fence. That me have to go back.
Hard you spit me.
I have to go back to the school to get it with Dettol and them thing there.
Oh my. But you learned to listen, right? After that.
I don't know. I just remember that day I learned to listen.
No, but no kid no listen. You tell them not to, them or do it. So you better just
exactly.
My experience down there, I remember one time, I don't know why I still like Guinea, but I swallowed, I was eating Guinea and I swallowed the seed and it
oh my.
Right on the throat. Oh my God. My neighbor's son, who's my best friend at the time, Barry, grabbed me and I never run so fast in my life. And there was a standpipe about a quarter mile on the street. And him grabbed me, man, and him chased down the hill with me, you know. By the time I get on there, the thing gone out.
Yeah.
Drink water and come back up. But that was one of my worst
experiences. Scary as well. Very scary.
I want to say good morning to Andrea C. Andrea Chin. She says this topic is bringing back some serious memories. Thank you, Andrea. She's on YouTube. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And good morning, Scotty. Happy birthday, Scotty.
Yeah. Okay, Pauline says, good evening, watching from UK. Philip says, we have little school and big school. That's just how it's a Collie.
Yes.
Little school and big school.
Colleen Henry said, hi, watching from New York.
Hello, Colleen.
And says, good afternoon from Germany. Big up Waltham at the primary school in Woodstown, Discovery Bay, and also High School.
Discovery Bay, oh. Good morning. Yeah, man. We have big school too. When I went to, I remember the first morning when they say we have got big school, because big school at the time was the all-age school. The all-age school. So when my sister had already done a big school, right? And I remember all them aisle me down, you know. And those days, when we were rich, I had short pants, but the short pants is not the one that's up on top of your hip, your thighs, the one that's close to your knee. It probably go below your knee. Right?
So you can go a night.
And it's exactly 2 weekend hold a night. And it's stiff, so you know, the seam's stiff, you know, because mama just put whole heap of starch and, and it's stiff. It could have cut. And I remember how she oiled me down and oiled up my face. I can still feel her hands on my face from them days there,
You know if it's funny.
Yeah.
And I used to have a pants them big and I used to drape up a little body with the
That's
belt.
right, that's how I looked. That's how I looked. That's really how I looked at grade 6 going to school.
Yeah.
And so I remember Sonia holding my hand as my biggest sister, and she came to go to big school. Lord, that was that was the first time I'm seeing being on such a big campus. That's a small campus, but a huge campus, and some boys big like a son, like a
yeah, because Leo, so when I went to all age school, right? Because you are not to be all age. The guys in grade 9.
Oh my God!
People with beard and
beard,
big,
big,
that was what I experienced when it. Big men.
And then when you said, when you gonna reach us?
Okay.
Let's have few more comments because people are typing a lot. Barna Hamilton says, I went to Resource Infant School in Manchester. The first day I went, I broke my slate. I heard really small song, My Boy Lollipop playing. I threw down my slate to dance and it broke.
Man, hold it right there, slate. Who remember slate? Oh my God. Slate and chalk. Oh my God.
What is a slate?
We have two. You don't know what a slate is? Okay, so all right.
Yeah,
so there are two different types of slates. There's the cheap one. It's a piece of wood around it and the stone in the middle, and you have to use chalk to write. And that was our exercise book. Is one sheet of rock, of stone that it's a piece of slate is a piece of rock, and you take it to school and you write on it with a chalk. And then there's one that comes with an abacus on it with a whole heap of different color balls, and you can count 1, 2, 3.
I know 12. That.
Yes. Oh my God! I can't believe you don't know what a slate is.
It was before our time.
Come on!
That's my dinosaur era.
Everybody
I
uses
did
slate.
not know that.
Oh, everybody uses slate at basic school. What are you talking about?
I use book.
No, man, we have half a book. Half a book we have.
We use exercise book. Yeah, we're cutting half.
We had half book too.
We have the half a book then.
We had half book too. That's true.
God.
The half book that we used though, it was the one with the small lines and the big. Okay, so small space and big space.
Yeah.
So you learn to write.
Right, the A.
You learn to write.
Small letters and
big capital letters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
my
God.
Andrea said hello from Malta. Hi.
From where?
Malta.
What is that in the Middle East?
No, it's near, but it's not there. It's
in
the Mediterranean.
Yeah, around the area.
Mediterranean Sea.
Okay.
Romaria said watching from Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit in the house.
Yeah, Carlin says watching from Toronto. I went to Port Maria Primary and my favorite teacher was Miss Atterbury.
Dr. who?
Miss Atterbury.
Miss Atterbury, I'm a neighbor, right next to the house.
Wow.
Judge Atterbury and her son John and all that, right next to the house.
Wow.
We were neighbors of Wilderness.
Wow. Beverly Frey said good morning. Watching from North Miami. Yes, we had big school and little school. Ethelyn said good morning, beautiful people.
Ireland. She's from Ireland.
Ireland?
Yes.
Oh, Ireland in the house. Colleen says, hi there. We're watching from California. Grew up in St. Elizabeth.
Wicked.
They're all over, man.
You need to tell us which school you went to in St. Elizabeth and where which community is it?
Doreen says, good morning from Georgia. Colleen said, thanks for the great memories. Clover says, New York in the house. Love the great memories. Those are fun school days. I can relate. Yes, the uniform was crisp. Emily say, hi, Andrew and Philip. Minister Delroy says, New York.
Wicked.
Emily say, yes, we had slate. Sandra Sterling says went to Q Park Ollie School in Rat Trap.
Q
We
Park,
had the
Rat Trap.
best teachers. Our mother principal is living in Florida. She would beat us if we were late. Yes, LOL. And then you said, oh my God, I do.
You know, it is one of the fears that I had going into big school, because the principal, everybody knew about the principal, and Carl, if you are watch Carl Enlin, my classmate, him a one pastor in a Portmore, but if you are watch, me ain't like your daddy. In put the fear in our way. He stood at the gate from about 5 minutes to 9. And anybody who comes in anytime at 9 o'clock or after, I get a whip. Him have a long stick. What they call it? What they call it again? Cane. A long cane. And Mr. Henlin, Jesus. He had a name.
As I talk about late, I remember when I first started primary school, I used to travel with my mother. So she usually late. So I was late. But when I get punished and I went to her, she said, why you late? I stopped with her. So I stopped traveling with her. I stopped traveling from that day. I don't travel with her when I went to school. I always just leave early and she come after me.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, it was one of the fears. But do you recognize between schools, right? Well, even between classes, how long summer was? You see how summer just done? I mean, summer just start and it done, right?
Yeah.
Not through with years. When July starts, to get to September is like 2 more years to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but again, when you're a child, when holiday come around, you're all on your own really, because think about it, most times your parents are still working.
Yes.
And it's like days upon days of just hanging out with friends, playing gun war, Ghana River, Ghana Sea. It's just days upon days. And it's literally a matter of just hoping that, you follow your mother rule, you say don't left the yard. And you go road and come back just in time.
Just before they come from work. Okay.
Here's Andrea C. Let me read Andrea C. in YouTube. She says, I went to Spanish Town Primary School, started there at grade 5. So I'm to grade 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and basic school.
Some most people never usually, my mom was explaining to me, so a lot of children sometimes don't start school early until they have to go to, common entrance.
Right. She says that school prepped me for life, in that it's where I learned to become street smart. I can't forget the flogging. Where you get this a flogging for? Sure. A beaten man. Flogging that I got from Mrs. Campbell, the then principal. Why them principal, they're wicked,
I credit whatever I have wherever I've reached in life, to a lady who I firmly believe made a decision in her life to invest her time in me.
Wow. Calling me.
Passed away just before I finished Teachers College, but she was instrumental in even me going to Teachers College. A lady named Miss Jones, and anybody who went to Anata Bay, all age, will know Miss Jones. Miss Jones teach me in grade 3, grade 4, and grade 5. And as a child, I thought Miss Jones was just following me just to beat me. Like she was moving class with me just to beat me. But, those people still, you have to give your hat off to them, because just because I'm sure, just thinking about it, I remember that my mother wasn't able to pay, because teachers used to run lesson and then charge the lesson.
Yes.
And my mother wasn't able to pay for the lesson. And I remember when Miss Jones made a decision that Miguel had the ability.
Yes.
She somehow along the way she come to the conclusion and said, "I have the ability." And when you're a student in school and your teacher decide that you have the ability, you cannot escape the regular kind of supervision, So I'll be at the back playing, and Miss Jones come to me to beat me to come to common entrance class when my parents not paying for. Beat me to come to class.
Yes,
and I remember my mother once tell her, I said, the only thing, you can't do anything with Miguel, just save the eye. I don't know if you ever hear that term.
Yeah, people always say that, just save the eye.
Save the eye.
They don't sing anymore.
Ooh.
Minister Delroy says, yes, yes. Beverly Fraser, when you have no care in the world, time looks long. You are kids having a good time.
Yeah, man.
Minister says, fun days. Ivan Spalding says, Providence Primary School, St. Andrew. Remember playing jacks on the graves beside.
Yeah.
Best
Oh,
days.
which primary school is that?
Providence Primary.
You know. So it means that that primary school started by a church.
A church.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing in Aracobesa too.
Yeah.
Our primary school started with a Baptist church, and the Baptist church moved from that building into another building. And so the primary school was left with all of them graves. I mean, I talk about some tombs, you know, some them used to bury people deep. The tomb sits high on top. And I don't know what the hell. But me were afraid bad initially. Really, really, really bad to walk into the schoolyard and see so much grave. Because you come from country, you come from which part, darkness where people afraid of dopey, and to come see whole heap of dopey in the schoolyard, that was really scary. After a while, it became, normal and thing.
Yeah.
But boy, the first couple of years, meaning I walk through the grave, it swell.
Yeah, youth and primary at graves as well. I remember I was just playing on the graves as playing, just running through the graveyard,
Well, coming from Trelawney, I could say this much.
Oh, Lord of mercy, this Trelawney thing.
But infant school was near the ocean, right? No graves,
Oh, shush.
Wakefield Primary was,
Oh, shush.
in the cave piece.
Yeah, but your head ever swell yet? Hold on there. Let me see if you come from Jamaica. Your head ever swell yet?
Eh?
Your head ever swell? Your head ever swell? Your head?
No, what that mean? Like when people
You sit
compliment
up
yourself?
Sit up in.
No. When I believe in that.
You sit up your head swell.
If you even sense that up close by your head supposed to swell.
Well,
So you don't know which part of Jamaica you grow and you never have it.
I know so Westwood the best high school, I went there. They said it was haunted. But I never see any ghosts.
I heard that Westwood had a bad dopey on campus from in the 1800s. So we don't know where you're talking about. If your head never swelling at on Jamaica you go, you can tell somebody is that.
Or because I'm covered by my grandmother's prayers, like those things can come around me.
Don't know where they get you from. You don't know where they get you from. But yeah, man, but our summers were long. We could go fishing, crab bushing,
Yeah, man.
We could
do crabbing
let me ask you this. Miguel, we can ask this of Michelle. Do you remember playing with cards, playing marble for cards, Starboy cards, movie stars?
Yeah,
There
man.
was a chewing gum that was sold in a package. And when you peel off the chewing gum, you see a card.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, man. You know that.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't even bother to ask Michelle that because I'll be wasting my time, really.
Yeah.
Right?
Marble, but I'm trying to think of the candy with the pull up. I know we had candy that, like they have the tattoo.
Yeah,
Right?
the tattoo
That's
candy.
a recent business. That I like last year. That I like last year.
Yeah.
So,
Summers were interesting, because as I said, everybody free. So
yes.
I grew up by the seaside, So what summer represented for us, we grew up by the sea, and then all the fishermen used to go and catch fish. So for us, it was a more time to run a boat, as them say. So
Absolutely.
all the boys and girls, all the kids, we would put one big pot together.
That's
So
exactly
we
right.
all used to have fishermen that we have our connections to. And so when they come in and they have some fish with them called finers, Small fish, nobody
Here's a
knows.
question for you. Sorry, dear Miguel.
Come on.
Okay, let's get down to it.
What shall I talk about? All are we covered by your grandmother and prayers, and all our heads swell too when dumping in here.
I thought uno prayer not strong like a feminine.
So when you went fishing, Miguel, Did you go rock side or you go boat?
No, we go fishing different places in Natabia, because Natabia have only a river.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
you
that's
got
a
river.
river. There are about 5 rivers that come right through the town. But
Okay.
we used to get fish in our different way, as I said. You know, a lot of boatmen used to go out and catch fish, and they used to
Yes,
give
yes.
us fish as long as you have connection to them. So we would
Yes.
have groups, and we go down early morning, and all of us get our own little 4 or 5 fish from all of our boatmen.
Yes.
And then we would then sell some of the fish and use that to buy flour and then we put on one big pot of fish too. We used to
Fish
eat
soup.
fish
Fish soup. Fish
almost
soup.
every day. Trust me.
Well, I used to go and
Agreed.
catch fish on rock side. I used to go out on rock side and we used to
Yeah.
catch like conga Tony,
Yeah, man.
Juni, snapper, little snapper, and so forth. You know, all of those little fish. And then we just put them all in a one big pot and
Yeah,
boil
man.
fish stew. Just
Yeah, man.
throw in some dumpling and banana and thing, and we gone. A big boat in the summer. Michelle,
Yeah.
go fishing?
Yeah, my grandfather was
What?
a local fisherman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
so he used to sell the rod, he used to do everything.
Rod?
And the little, not the rod, the thing that they use, the children use.
The hook and
The hook, he used to sell the hook and the cord, the string.
Yes, the line.
Yes, so yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a fishing family.
Okay.
But
So
I didn't go much. You know, with
Jamaica.
little girls, they keep them at
Yeah.
home.
Yes,
Yeah.
protected.
And the
Very
boys,
protected.
yeah, I don't like the boys, them are run all over in a bush and anything.
I true that. Well, we don't use rod at Jamaica, okay? We don't use fishing rod at Jamaica.
No,
Okay?
it's like a little stick, but then by the cord,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah,
would
yeah,
have show them.
Can
And
use
swing
bamboo.
cup. We have
Yeah.
a lead, and they have the
Yeah.
hook and then the line.
Yeah, and the line. Yeah, the line. That's why I used to sell the line. They used to sell the line and the hook, and I used to show them how to do it, and then they go.
Right.
A lot of the guys
At
as
least
well.
people on all their share on our experience during the summer for us before going back to school. We want to know about on a back to school day, and what was it like when you walk into school and you see all these people that you don't know. There are students from all, because Orocabessa, for example, was serving Boscobel, Jacks River, Deers Mountain, Race Course, Wilderness, Galena, all of these Endeavor, Springhead, Hamilton Mountain, Masonard. Orocabessa Primary School was feeder, was a school that
catchment,
got students from all of these areas. So can you imagine me walking into primary school the first day and in a A class, these whole heap of picnic around me, women I've never seen in my life. And within a year, not even a year, within about a month, you're best of friends with all of these people, though.
Yeah, man. Gun war and Stucky, well, if I Stucky and all that, everybody turned friend.
Yes, yes. And you know, and then you move from one school to another school, and you know, it's a very. Huh?
Can we talk about Westwood?
Westwood.
The excitement.
Tell us about Westwood. Tell us about your first day in Westwood.
You know, I went to a dead yard.
Really?
Dead yard.
At night at Stuart Town. No, sir.
I did Stuart Town. About 5 years ago, I went to a dead yard up there.
Yeah, man.
I was one man singing the whole night.
Oh,
man.
But Westwood was interesting because for us going back, because it's a boarding school, so we had to grocery shop to get our snack. We have to have snack for a month. We have to have our bedding, like sheet and stuff. We have to have enough clothes to last us for how long for the week if we have our parents to watch. But what was fun was going when I first went on campus, only usually you have people from your school that pass over there. So I only had one person, but we had older children that were there. But to hear them tell us the stories I was about, then you had to figure out what house you were going and where you were going to board. And when I go into the boarding room, it was like this big hall, with like different people, different personality.
So what are they? It's one big hall with a lot of beds?
No man, like you have different sizes. So you have some that are small, but you have the big yard which would have like maybe 20 bed bunks. And then you had like the smaller one, maybe have 10 bed bunks, like top and bottom.
Yeah.
And then so you have to figure out.
So you got your own room, or you got a bigger bed than everybody else? One no.
No. We have to get with bunk, but we have to go in early to make sure we find the bunk. You run go in there and make it a bunk. And then like we had the bathroom, like it's like everybody have to use the bathroom. So I kind of have to rush out every morning to find the right bathroom to be it, because you have to be on time. So it was fun.
But, my experience on the first morning, they have devotion.
Yeah.
We didn't have a hall. At primary school, you don't have a hall.
No, we did outside.
You had a tree. And if all the students are under that tree, the first year students don't get to go on the tree. They have to stand up in the sun. And remember, you go there with your head bald because you just had your all right, sir. You had to have the barber cut your hair low to go to primary school.
Yeah.
So the sun on top of the head in the morning when sun up peak out and you have oil in your head, it's boiling, it's frying.
Well, Leo, you talk about the barber giving you a haircut. You remember how barber used to cut hair them time then?
Tony C.
Yeah, but you remember when they used to use and cut hair?
Yes, the king. Yes.
You take a daily 2 hours to get a haircut.
Yes.
Oh wow. Can I read some of the comments because we're getting a lot? I don't want to miss. Minister Delroy laughing, funny days. Ifan said, I did that one. Juliet said, good morning, guys. Beverly Frey says, shout out to Miss Monica Powell, who invested in me for common entrance and private lessons. She's alive, and I have the chance to thank her. She did it for free when we couldn't pay. That was good. My mom used to do a lot of that. I never understood, but they all did well. Stacey White said, hi, Miguel. Miguel, you have somebody that's saying hi.
Hi.
Lisa said, good morning, guys. Minister Delroy said, I went to Miss Barnes School in Aracapessa. You know that?
That's in Aracapessa, Miss Barnes School. Miss Barnes School. Who is Delroy? Delroy. That right in the yard.
Minister Delroy, I'm assuming he's a minister, pastor.
I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't know who it is. I don't know it, but Barnes School is right in my era.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
If Ivan Spalding said yes, Miss Matilda's corner. Clover says, who remember bulgur rice for lunch and curry every Friday? Also, bulgur rice.
Bulgur rice.
I'm a Westwoodite, and yes, it was said to be haunted. Didn't see any duppy there. Hi, Beverly. We're a perfect set of people. I did not see the duppy either.
You can just ignore that. All right, Miguel, just ignore the
Westwood. Man, your head has to swell, man. Your head swell.
Yes.
Boy, we just lose everything. What happened here? I'll find it back.
Okay.
Something happened.
Let me see if I have any comments. It looks like Dwayne Dice is watching. Beverly says she's watching. Sharon Lindsay is watching. Good morning to all of you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm back. Sandra Sterling said, missing my bestie at Dianna, but Dr. Miguel is just as great.
Okay, thanks.
Patricia Barnes said, morning guys, happy Sabbath. Where's Dianna? Patricia, you're signing late, man.
Patricia, are you walking yet? Are you walking yet, Patricia? Please tell us.
We didn't have outsiders going back to school. All insiders. You all know each other. Does some people were stush? and acted as if they didn't know you. I was shy and didn't
Comment
really
about
talk
this.
to anyone. So maybe I was pushed.
We don't comment. Listen. So someone spoke about burger. Andrea says, what about the milk powder? Anybody remembers milk powder going home?
Yes, you used to get milk powder to take home.
When they give you milk powder, did they give it to you to take to your parents? Because we can't remember, because I can't remember bringing the milk powder home to my parents. It never reach home. Were they giving it to us to take in a like a brown paper bag to take home? Is that what it was?
Yeah. I think it was really part of a nutrition program, not sure, just to ensure that, because obviously people weren't having fresh milk.
But we were supposed to take it home?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll be a fight on the road.
In a reach home.
You never can be a fight on the road. Pick me up.
Yeah.
With a yard and here. And
I really want to get to this.
If it reach home, then we'll take it over and put sugar in it. You remember them days? Mix it with sugar.
I really want to get to this comment.
Okay.
So Leo, I've been bald since childhood.
So here goes. Once upon a time, people used to think to me I dread because I grew my hair very, very long in the 90s. Between 95 and 2001, my hair was long, but I was just twisting it up. People think to me that turn dread, and because every time somebody come up to me and say, "Boy," say something to me like me I dread, me kind of get had a problem with it. Me never know why me had a problem with it, but me cut it off. And from me cut it off in 2001, I've been going bald since then. But I remember back in the days, right here would have about a 2x2 piece of hair left after the barber shave off the rest of the head. And right here would have about a 2x, they call it Tony C. Anybody know anything about Tony C?
We know Tony C, man.
Tony C.
Anna says, no, not Anna. Lorna says, Grove Town Primary School, Manchester. Big up Miss Thomas, my A-class teacher. She's going to be 100 years old in a couple months.
Hold on. What did you say? A-class?
Yeah.
A-class is grade 1. If you didn't know that, if you didn't know for now, back in the day, me and I must be the same age. Back in the day, A-class was grade 1. So we had two grades in A-class, and B-class was grade 2.
Okay. Anna said, I had some amazing years at St. Hilda's all-girls school in Brownstown. I wore my purple uniform with pride. St. Hilda's girl was always competing with York Castle High. I remember the head mistress Peters, a very short woman, but she was very strict and always wearing some very high heel shoes.
Oh my, high heel shoes, wow. That's the principal?
Yeah.
A hot principal, that one.
Hot girl.
Hot girl.
Lorna says, good morning from Long Island, New York, from Richmond. Went to Zion Hill Primary, slate and pencil. Love all the teachers.
Oh, thank you so much. Slate. You know, it's like talking to Michelle is like talking to, sure.
Because we're in a different bracket.
Yeah, 7.2 magnitude earthquake.
So yeah, I don't know if you remember when it was coming close to school time, we used to collect uniform, khaki.
Yeah.
The school used to distribute khaki. And the colored for the girls, the different things, and you take it to tailor to get it. Like, you remember them days there?
Me never hear a comment. That,
remember when we used to have to go to school to collect our uniform material?
Right? Yes.
They used to give it out, and you get the khaki for the men, the boys, and you have to carry it, go tailor, go.
Yes. In the early days, it was not tailor. We had a lady who used to make my khaki pants.
Okay.
Yeah. And so she had to measure me up,
Yeah. But you remember how them tailor they used to function as well? You have to live at their yard, to get the clothes,
Yes.
After cussing every September morning, who not get their clothes. After cussing.
I remember how the clothes used to be prepared on a Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Because they used to have starch. Mama used to
Yeah.
have
Nice
starch
starch.
and then wet the clothes and put the starch on it and then roll
Yeah,
it up.
man.
You know how them roll it up like so, and then fold it and put it down, right? And it did it for a long time. And then take it up, and they used to have coal stove now with like 3 iron in there.
Or 10.
Michelle, if
Yeah,
you don't know about coal
some
stove,
the one little spray they use with this starch.
no.
Yeah, it's a long. I'm like, what?
Starch. They put the starch, and then damp it, and then when you put it on the iron board now, and the 3 iron in there, the 3 iron in the coal stove, and they take one out and press until it get cold and put on that one and take up another one.
Yeah,
anybody remember that?
Yeah, body for iron in the fire, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Andrea Chin, you remember that?
Thank God for technology, not true.
Technology boy. And I saw them move from that iron, the coal stove iron, into one where it looks like the today's iron, but you have to open it up, throw the coal inside of the iron, so it stays hot. So you're always, replenishing the iron with coal, with the black charcoal, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You remember that, right? And that's still
advanced one.
Yes. For women, I remember they used to press your hair, that same comb used to go inside of a fire too. It off and then press the hair with it.
Pressing comb.
Oh God! If it were Michelle's hair that she had now, it would be straight going down with them iron press. Oh my!
I know iron press. Mama, I used to have it. Like it looked like a comb, and you just put it on the stove, and then you press your hair.
She finally knows something. Michelle finally knows something.
Yes. So many comments, but it was fun time. Like what you guys did for your teachers. Did you guys do anything special for your teachers when you went to school Monday morning, first day?
I did so damn afraid of my teacher.
Really? Why?
I teach them. Trust me.
Yeah, same for me.
I don't know that I had ever done anything for any teacher. To probably high school and college and stuff, but primary school, no sir. Every class I'm going to teacher beat. Every class, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 6. Everybody beat you.
Leo, you have to remember, say, after you finish, you do your lunch and strength and daily food, they praise our name, Lord, amen. You go for your break. And then normally, depends on the teacher. Coming back into class might be everybody. You maybe play too hard and pull a sweat. Or
we couldn't sweat.
So you line up and you're coming in and maybe everybody late for class. Now when that bell rings, I make sure say you're there at the front.
Line.
Yeah. I remember every
line. And make sure say you're not stepping outside of the line. You have to be in the
line
queue.
up is straight. You have to look straight at the back.
Yeah. I remember that. All these children have to be neat, clean, coming back from play.
You get
so I didn't pay. I
respect those teachers because I'm going to get kind of gross a little bit, right? You have 40 kids in front of you. You're in a classroom that does not have air condition.
Yeah.
40 kids go out, go play for 1 hour.
Yeah, man.
40 kids come back in the same classroom, no air condition, no air, and you have to sit down there and smell all of that smelling.
Well, we had an open school, like we had, like we never have.
The decoration blocks.
And then we have the window, like the wall is high, but there's a space between the roof and the wall.
I'm going to teach you something now. I'm going to teach you something. I'm going to teach you when you come back into class, teachers, the first thing they say is put your head on the desk and rest for half an hour.
Yeah.
I the smell she don't want to take. She have to calm you down.
Yeah, man. Everybody have to put on the med on the desk for half an
Yes.
hour.
I can't.
So they
Not
would run
after
up
lunch.
and down and get sweaty.
Yeah. That's about after lunch when you come back in. After you line up, after you queue up to go in a classroom, teacher said, you just rest.
This is a sit in silence. Oh my God, I was so insecure with that. Sit in silence. I don't know when the silence are finished. But we couldn't move. If you move, they punish you.
Yeah, man.
Some
The
more
teacher is
comments.
very strict.
Yeah, some more comments. The comments for some reason are all over the place. Colleen Man says, I love recess. When the ladies bring their treats, we had our pennies ready. Coconut drops was my favorite.
Yeah. They call that flan.
A fla.
You can buy flan.
The British said, seeking some assistance for my baby.
Okay.
Edlin says, you get beaten for everything. That's true. Sandra Sterling said, I remember getting our uniform material, taking home milk powder and oranges. My grandmother made our uniform. She will be 101 on the 21st of this month.
Oh,
I would love to speak to her.
Birthday, grandma.
Yeah, I would love to speak to her. Lorna says, when me late, me carry flowers for Miss Thomas. Jada said, my mother is here as my close to donate to my daughter. She is 16 months. Jada, I don't know. Colleen Man said, we didn't smell bad in those days. This person, Jada British, says she needs some assistance. Sandra Sterling says, I remember putting my head on the desk. I thought we were in trouble.
Oh, God. I want to say good morning, Scotty. Happy birthday to you, Scotty. That's Sandra. That's Andrea Chin's husband. Scotty, happy birthday. Happy birthday. And when Sandra Sterling's grandma get to 101, tell her, say, we want her on the show because we want her.
Yeah.
When she first dated, who was the man that she dated, and when
you're always concerned about people dating.
One our business. That them the thing they more.
Don't want to know about history. Like how you tell me about how you used to put I want to know about some history.
A policeman tell me the other day. Actually, it was my grade 1 and grade 2 teacher husband. Tell me, say, when he got married to her, he had to get the approval from the governor general to marry to her.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that was a policy. That was a policy or a law back in the days. So we want to hear about all of them things.
Okay, that was before independence or after?
I don't really know. I don't know.
Well, I think before independence or something.
Yeah, probably before independence.
Yeah.
You know? But they had to, because they have to. The policeman wife have to be up to scratch.
Yeah.
Well, that thing will come to. We have our whole social life has changed. The laws have
everything changed.
Yeah, and women have the upper hand now. They choose.
They keep us saying we have the upper hand.
Yeah, you choose. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
But are the choices right?
Oh, well, that's another question.
Oh, yeah, we had inspection also. Yeah, at Westwood,
God.
We had to line up for inspection. They check our nails, they check our clothes, they check our shoes. And we had to stand in a straight line. And we had inspection. Like they feel like the prefects feel like any morning they could say inspection time. You have to make sure you have your badge, your shoes correct, your shoes clean, your uniform correct, have nail polish, your nails not too long, your hair, in good condition. Are they write you up and punish you?
Okay, so another the inspection she had talked about, or he.
Oh, another.
Yeah, we talk about the inspection from the Ministry of Education.
Oh, you get that from
when the inspector comes around, the whole school have to be on its.
Oh yeah, we do that too.
And they never know exactly which one of the day during the week. So you know, say school speak and span the whole week, right? So that when that inspector comes around to inspect the school, is the teachers must be in their peak, and the students have to be prim and proper. Nobody can make a nice classroom. Because you never know if an inspector will stop in there.
Okay.
Yeah, inspectors were the biggest.
We had that. I remember that.
Yeah, man. Education officers they were.
Yeah, you used to stop by.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I hope that we're right. Who asked that question?
Clover. So I'm thinking how you get inspector from school compared to the school actually inspect the children. But
well, the school as it's, your school might have that policy, but
they never inspect children there too at your school.
I don't remember.
Because when you have devotion.
A devotion, yes. Your pants might be up, have to be up and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not that type of inspection.
That was when we had to be prim and proper. Even like after school, when you go on the road, you have to be neat. You have to have your badge, or they can write you up and punish you still for not, being. Oh my God! Clover they used to examine our teeth and clothes.
Yeah, man. In devotion,
they used to examine our teeth and clothes.
Yeah, man.
Inspection.
I know what Clover talking about, man. It was during devotion, they would line you up and check everything.
Right.
Just check you through.
Right.
And
today is like, I not even want to talk about today, we still want to talk about yesterday.
Okay, Dianna says, good morning, Leo, Michelle, Miguel. Where's Dianna?
Which Dianna?
Our favorite Dianna from Canada.
Oh, Dianna, okay.
I just returned to Canada last night from Jamaica. I had to pop in here. We have a ball in Jamaica. But my favorite teacher here in Canada was a Jamaican teacher. The rest of the students used to laugh at her accent. Well, my dad is Jamaican, so I would get into fights with them, and I mean physical for laughing at her and beat them up. I look like an angel, but as a teen mess with me, I would beat the out of you. No physical punishment here in Canada. Just get sent to the office. Plus, my parents didn't believe in physical punishment. Have a good day, all. Have a good day, Dianna. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah. Thanks for checking
in. Did you have any fruit trees on the premises, your primary school premises?
Yeah, we used to have forage cover the plants, but we have mango tree.
Did you?
In my primary school, there was one tree, a lignum vitae tree.
We had plum tree and orange tree.
If those things were in my primary school, they could have grown in peace.
No, they
never grow in peace. They put them always on the tree. Somebody else
they don't advise the schools to have fruit trees on the premises.
Oh.
The school doesn't have it. We had a farm behind. My all age school, when I talk about all age school, my all age school had a full farm, and it had something what they call vocational center, where they would teach them how to make cups, crockeries, and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, nice.
Center, they call it center.
Oh, yeah, I know center.
Auto mechanic and so forth back in the day. I mean, it was really good then back in the days. But that was a rockabessa. By the time I got there, they had closed down the center. We were using it for everything else. They had closed down the farm, and we used to go take orange off of the farm. Guinea, man, that the guinea tree there.
Yeah, we had guinea too.
That the guinea tree there really got a lot of beating. That about enough rocks got there. Enough rocks up on that the guinea tree there. And we had they had yam and stuff. People used to go and go raid our farm back in the days.
No, they would in my school, no fruit tree would survive.
No fruit trees. It's war. People enough people get busted.
You wouldn't have a mango ripe on it because people that pick it before it even turn.
Okay, just have it turn. The whole mango come, all of the mango come down. You get a turn mango there, and maybe that are maggots too,
But
I'm just starting. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you talk about the summer, and one of the things I remember about the summer was my grandma used to have a thing with it. I don't know if you know this term. She have a bush.
A bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
You know when they say they have, when people Jamaica they have them bush.
Yeah, man, a grum.
Then grum, yes. Then Ghana grum. And she used to have a bush where about easily about 5 to 6 kilometers away from where we live. So, you know, she would go to our bush, you know, and we'd all go with her, all of us, like all the kids, because I grew up in a tenement yard. So that tenement yard, you have like easily 15, 20 kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But my grandmother is the only person in that yard who have a bush or a grum, as you say.
Okay.
So when and my grandmother is not a slow walker, you know. My grandmother come from St. Elizabeth. She's not a slow walker. So when she get up and say, everybody want to go bush, because when you go bush, you get cane, you get food, you get everything, and we across river. And when my grandmother get up, you know, she not call nobody. You better make sure, say, you wake up to go with her, because she not call you if you come. She not wake up the picnic. So you know, say picnic, I wake up after 3 o'clock. I try to make sure, say, they don't miss it, because that was one of our summer things for those who
both are go run.
You're cooking at the bush, you know, and the only thing you bring to the bush really, pardon, you know, the pigtail, you know, and that's all. Everything else, they go to the ground and, you know, you catch water, river, and you wear there, and it's all organic as them, that's it, man.
Yes.
Everything.
You know, remember about summer, my grandmother was a part of the Golden Age Club. I don't know if it still exists in Jamaica, but my grandmother used to pull me to every Golden Age Club meeting. So you see me alone with all of the old people them. I just sit on like punishment. I'm like, why? But every time I have to go, they go on trip. You know, like they used to have trip like competition. But they do like different thing like papaya ball and you know, like you got meat ball. And she still have me go all of these stuff. So I never really have much fun summertime, to be honest.
Yeah, no, summer was free for me, man. Summer was lots of.
Boys had fun because they go all over, go play ball, broke their hand, go
yeah,
see,
no, you're true.
go river.
Yeah, it's true, because I think when mothers were going away, even if they're going to work, they normally make arrangements
for the daughter.
With the girl, either then carry them with them to work if they can, or then walk with them
and leave them
where they're going.
That was my life.
Boys can do everything.
That was my life. So I just started said, I have a question. I just worked in an office and found out that the doctor has someone who is COVID positive come into work. Is that normal? And if the person was COVID positive, what in the world? That's all I can say. No, that is not normal. Protect yourself and leave.
Yeah.
Leah frozen are in just shock.
I'm trying to figure out when did the COVID discussion come
from? It just on her brain, so she have to ask.
Okay.
Colleen said mango and papaya. I guess our school had mango and papaya.
Yes. Papaya. You never eat papaya, little boy.
No, even though I don't eat papaya, it's not a fruit that I like. So
I'm surprised that I see a lot of Jamaicans eating papa. By the way, we call it papa.
Papa, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I grew up near papa farm still, so but I never.
Yeah, there was one near us, so I guess that's why we had a lot of papaya farmers.
Papa.
Clover said, "Oh yes, we used to have mango tree, and children would stone it after school."
It's so, you know, when fruit trees are in schoolyards, it causes fights, it causes busted, it causes war, and wasting fruits also, because just like you said, you know, Miguel, if one mango turn on that tree there, is either somebody will go shake it down, or wool heap of rocks I get thrown up there, and them will lick down the young mango them just to get that one. A lot of waste take place, you know?
I mean, the other problem is as well when kids coming from school and there are fruit trees along the way.
Oh my God, yes. Sugar cane.
Anything.
Yes.
Mango, cherry,
Cherry. Oh my God. I don't think, I think you talk foreign to Michelle there. But
Yeah.
Remember, Wakefield to go to school, you know. I walk either have sugar cane. I remember say a sugar cane area.
All right.
Or we have different mango in it. So like with children walking in, so just pick, you know, and we
But
share.
the problem, Michelle, was that most time people are picking up fruits from people yard.
Yes.
I have to do
Yeah,
which yard.
black
You have
mango
people
or
sitting
chili
on
mango.
the fence,
Yeah.
watching.
But I wanted to ask this. Can you identify, probably a horrible question, but can you identify any kid in school because of them bad behavior? Teacher would say to them, they now reach nowhere. But they reach somewhere. Can you identify anybody? I know a couple of people, right? They reach somewhere, they become carpenters or builders and do very well. But then there were some other kids in school who would walk around with them exercise book in them back pocket, full up in them back pocket. It's like the only book in Caragar school is. Do you remember kids like that?
Yeah, man. I know that.
And you want, because me I go to school with a whole bag of book on the back, right? And then get away with one exercise book in them back pocket. That was kind of jealous of them. Because me have to go study. And my mother would never allow me to come back home with just one exercise book in my back pocket. And tomorrow, the exercise book fold up the same way. I remember there's a kid, when you open the exercise book, it was actually blank. There was nothing in there.
Yeah. But, you know, every time I look back at because I grew up around, they call it round the lane, you know?
They call it?
Round the lane. Because where I live at the time, 2 lanes meet.
Yes.
If anyone's not a B, if it's around the lane, everybody know where round the lane is, you know?
Okay.
And it's right at the seaside. So the 2 lanes come off the main road. Anybody going to Port Antonio drive on that main road. And they have 2 lanes and they call it round the lane.
Yes.
And, you know, to be honest, it's a deprived area. We start thinking about life. You know, when you go back and you think, but when I was growing up, we never realized that we were poor. You know, you never realized.
I always say that.
Everybody was poor. You know, everybody's life was poor like us, you know, like the same thing, you know?
Yes.
So, no, you know, you're right. There were some people who school never was for them. Them just not fit in, and teachers used to say some really
horrible things,
really horrific things to kids still.
Yes.
You know, and some of it, to be honest, maybe more than likely, some of it turned out to be true, and a few of them bucked the trend, you know, and made something of themselves. Maybe not right after school, but later.
Yeah, but what I could say, that is so true, because I have people that went to school, like school wasn't really for them, but they're doing so well business-wise.
Of course.
Like they've started their business, they're excelling so well. Like, you know, like me go through school and ODC bills, but they're doing exceptionally well, but school was just not for them. That's why I'm thinking they need to change the structure of schools, because really school are not definitely for everybody.
It really should change, because you know, the system actually cast out those kids, you know. Cast them out from young.
From very young.
And if they found something that they are interested in, they would do it, but nobody cares about them, really. It's all about academics. You can pass common entrance when
the system is very simple. You pass common entrance, and if you fail common entrance,
that's it.
And it's so sad, you know, because like I have a friend that is a judge, but when she started, you know, like when you don't pass the common entrance, they move you on to grade 9.
Grade 9 test.
Yeah, and look at her now, and she never go to traditional high school.
Right.
After she transferred in.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, and we are coming up to September now, and I don't know that I'm only speaking of Jamaican students. I was talking to a principal this morning, and she said she still has not been able to reach out to 50% of her students in Port Antonio. 50%.
Not surprised. Not
We're
surprised.
coming up to September now, and those kids have had I don't know what they've had in the past 2 years since March last year. You know, what's going to happen? Is school going to start back face to face, or COVID going to keep them out? You know, it's kind of a sad. With no students supposed to be out of school that long. It's rough.
Yeah.
Because you're setting yourself up for a society that's going to be dependent on people who never got an opportunity in the first place.
Well, there certainly needs to be a plan, you know, and there needs to be a plan because when it was working, here's the reason why there needs to be a plan. When it was working fine, it was bad.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right.
When it was supposed to be working normal, it was bad. I remember when I passed common entrance, I was the only person that I knew in my social kind of day-to-day class.
Yes, me too.
The only one. There is no one that I could say, boy, the two we pass. Yeah? When I was taking...
That's not good.
Well, that was the nature of the life that...
It's the nature of
I'm talking classrooms of 40, 50 kids. I'm not saying that in my class only one passing, because we have housing scheme kids.
Yeah. It's true.
Those kids are going to pass. Yeah. But in my social group of friends, the community, that the area that I'm from, I was the only one that I get common entrance. Yeah, so it was good. It was bad. So
and it's sometimes based on the amount of space that's available at St. Mary's High.
Yeah.
Not the other persons that didn't pass, and it's based on the amount of space that St. Mary High had, and it's based on sometimes a teacher who have connections up all of that
That's
stuff.
true. What I noticed, you know, is that how we come from Wakefield. Like I noticed that some of the children that were brilliant, they pick schools that were close to home, like Mushet. That's not the top school, or William. They don't pick like Westwood, Monroe. It's just not like a lot of children are picking school. They pick school that close to home, so they could walk to school. And when they want lunch and come back from the have to pay taxi fare. And necessarily not our bright, just pick those schools.
And so there are a lot of students out there who won't get an opportunity to see their lives flourish in the way that they want it to.
And as
it's unfortunate.
We are here reminiscing school days. I wonder when they are over and looking back at school and the pandemic in the middle of that, what will they remember most about school? You know, like what will they be thinking about and saying to friends?
Absolutely truth. What are they going to be thinking about? I remember big school at all age. The boys were 15 when they left school. Think about it now. It's a rockabessa we're talking about. In the 60s and 70s. Early 60s, early 70s. When they leave all age school, only about 5 or 6 kids from the entire school would get to go to St. Mary High, right?
Yeah.
So grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, packed with students who will have no opportunity for any advanced studies anywhere. That's true. Back in the day, what saved those persons is that we had banana industry, right? And so they could leave school and go work in the banana industry.
And learn a trade.
Or that kind of thing, right? But then tailoring, mechanic, all of these things, carpentry, you know, and some of them go work at a hotel because they have some hotel jobs and so forth. But they are at the lower level or the lower rung in society because most of them just did not get the opportunity. And the people who got the opportunity to go past, they think that they got the best education, the best opportunity and stuff, and there are only 6 or 7 of them. Think about it, right?
That's what I mean.
There are another 150 students who did not get that, and they can't say the same thing.
You know, it's a good observation you make here because, as I said, when I look back, it was a very small fraction of us who were making it through the system year on year. The
Yeah,
majority didn't make it through.
yeah,
You know, so the pandemic is really a chance for a reset, but I wonder if there will be one.
absolutely.
When I say reset, not a reset to default,
Yes. Yeah, yeah, agree, agree.
an upgrade. Put it this way, not a reset, an upgrade.
Where do you think we're gonna be going, Miguel? Being a person in the educated field, where do you think we need to go?
I have a thought on it, but it's a long one. You know, it comes back to what Michelle was saying. You know, I think we have too many students traveling long distances to go to what is seen to be a better school. And what we have is a lot of people spend a lot of money to get their kids for an education that they should be getting nearest to them. All schools need to be made equal. All schools need to have similar resources, same quality of teachers, and you go to the school nearest to you. A child shouldn't have to leave. I used to have to drive on a bus for nearly an hour and a half to go to school, passing many schools along the way. And this is fundamentally what needs to be looked at, you know, the idea of equalizing the system and really making every high school in Jamaica equal to each other in resources and the quality of education that they get. And I think that's a missing piece. Right now, we still have the same system running where when people do common entrance, or what they call it, PEP,
Pep, Pep.
if you pass through Westwood, everybody happy, but if you pass through Mushet, people shame. That should not be happening.
It shouldn't be. Wherever you're planted, you grow.
Yeah. And that's the problem with the system.
But what happened though is that it has to start with the educators, because they are putting the best and brightest educators in these schools to maintain the status quo. And so what happened is the people are passing to go where these number one and number two educators are.
Yeah, but could I say something that a lot of I noticed? You notice like when it's time for like common CXC, you know, a lot of the students go to those schools to use those teachers to prepare for CXC, like do the extra lessons, do SBA. And so those schools do have some good teachers like maths, other areas, you know, like to do children go there, like leave Westwood, go
Or
there.
they leave one school and go to another school for extra
If you
lessons.
do lessons, even though they might go Westwood or they go Mushek. Because I remember when I did social studies, it was a teacher at Mushek that helped me with my SBA. And her class was full with students from other parts of the island that came there. So she was a good teacher, but she was at Mushek. So you have good teachers located in these schools. They just need the resources.
Yeah, I get you, and it's unfortunate that our system is like that. But this is, as Miguel said, it's an opportunity for us to refresh and update. You know, I don't know that it's going to happen because I don't think that there's any plans in the making for them to do it. But it's you know, we got 18 months in which we could sit down and think about, okay, how are we going to make everybody equal? How are we going to make the opportunity?
And the opportunities need to be equal, not true.
Yeah.
That's a problem with it. So I'm working on a plan, a discussion on this, and certainly like to explore it a little bit more. But you know, there's really an opportunity to even devolve education to parishes. Each parish has like an education commissioner, and then get resources to run the education in their parish. Because a lot of the problems we have is that it's still back in garden house. Everything is in garden house. And the problems in Trelawney and the needs in Trelawney can't come from a central budget. It makes people understand that some kids are traveling long distances compared to. So there's a lot that, you know, is a chance for an upgrade, put it that way. An upgrade to the system rather than a reset. And I'm worried that we're going to have a reset. And Jamaica is not the only place having this, should be having this conversation, you know. Across the world, people should be having this conversation. It's a chance for an upgrade, but I'm worried that people are just going to reset. to factory default, the default settings.
Factory default.
Can I read some of the comments?
No, please go ahead and read them for us.
Beverly Gordon says, how about when the people put their oranges at their gate to be sold and fill out bags from it? We used to do that with mango. Colleen Mann says, yes,
that still happens. That still happens. That still happens.
It still happens. Colleen said, yes, we were poor and yet we were so happy. That's true. Patricia Barnes said, you shouldn't be jealous, Leo, because studying make you accomplish something and not a regret.
At that age, I was, because you know, you have to be doing this hard studying every day, and then this kid just walk out of school and you know, it had to be, you know.
And some people never have to study, you know. I remember I had a girlfriend, even in so she never really have to study. Just one time she have to see it, and she remember everything. This thing she did not know. I'm doing with meteorology, but she saw it once. She not have to study. But she go in there ace every exam.
That's good.
Study. Jade British said, any mothers in here has any clothes could donate to my daughter. She's 15 months.
Yeah.
Sandra Sterling says, I didn't.
Jade British, Michelle.
I don't know her, but she's seeking assistance. So. Sandra Sterling says, I didn't take common entrance because the day I was going to take common entrance, I lost my birthday certificate. I didn't tell my grandmother. Oh Lord, you know what comes next? I did not go to best private high school. Harrison is the best school. 7 days. Sorry, Harrison Memorial High School.
I remember. You know, 1 second there. I do recall that we had to present our birth certificate.
No, not my birth. The age paper.
Yeah, age paper.
The little white paper.
Yeah, age paper. Yes, age paper. So we present your age paper. Take your common address. Yes. But Michelle, another thing there.
I know the white paper. I did go to the best private high school. Yes. It's hold on. Harrison Memorial.
We didn't have to use the white paper. There was a pink paper.
I don't know that one.
The christening paper that the church gave you that you could use too.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, Clover said when they publish in the names in the paper, we would carefully look for your name. That is true. But it was kind of embarrassing to think of it. You're supposed to name not in my paper. That was embarrassing. But my name was there, thankfully. But thinking about it. I don't think they do that anymore, right?
I don't know how it's released, but my name wasn't in there. I'm being vexed. My ball.
Oh no.
Yes.
To be honest, I wasn't happy when I passed, because I realized I was going to be leaving all of the friends.
It was hard. It was tough.
When I realized that none of them were going to come, and I was going to go to a different school, and they were going to stay in another bay while I am going to a Highgate to school. I wasn't happy. I was like, what kind of, like, this is not right. I didn't understand what was happening,
I felt the same way when I was going to college. When I left Aracabessa, I was the only person in my social network that passed to go to college and was leaving to go to college. And I was leaving my friends behind. So I knew what it meant because I was only gone. And that's brand new friends we have to go find a month to be in Aracabessa. That's far. I felt like that, That was tough.
Okay. Patricia Barnes said, I used to go from one school to the other and the teachers never asked who are you and why are you here. It was so easy. I did that to be with my older sister. She was lived in different places. Kian says, great point, Dr. Barker. I strongly believe that school districting will be a great opportunity for the Jamaican schools. I hope that will be implemented in the near future. Algina says, be very, very careful, brothers and sisters of the island. Some kids have rashes that look like shingles or herpes. Serious no, wear masks and start back using gloves and hand sanitizer.
With that comment, what is she saying?
That there's a rash on children in the island. I'm thinking Jamaica, they're having rashes and they look like herpes. So be careful, sanitize, wear your mask. Have you heard of that?
I've not heard anything about any rashes. All I know is dengue fever.
I wonder if a hand, foot, and mouth. You know, hand, foot, and mouth kind of have rash.
That a cold disease.
Nothing is possible.
No, man, hand, foot, and mouth. No children get it here in the US. Like I time a year for it.
Everything is possible right now. So
yeah,
people need to be careful and be safe and sanitize themselves.
Yeah. And Minister say yes, true, Leo. Your point. I'm not sure the point, but yeah.
I want to meet Minister Delroy. I want to know who you be because you come from Rockabee. You got Miss Barnes School. Me and you grew up the same place. Okay, so I want to know who you be.
Yeah, but I want to know too.
Exactly. Miss Barnes School, right now, one big old pole, one telephone pole there right now in the middle of the yard. I mean, I understand that. Or then take the good school and turn it in a telephone, digital telephone.
Side.
Yes, side.
Okay, Doris says, in my time, the H paper was presented to the Ministry of Education months before the exam schedule, example, January. Also, the school year started in January through December. That changed in 1964 to September.
Oh, really?
Okay. That's cool. No, we had to present it at school that morning, right? And maybe the day before. It could be the day before, but I also remember we had to bring 2 HB pencil.
Yeah, we had to have the pencil.
HB what? HB2? Was it HB? What? There was a number. HB2, right?
2, yeah.
Yes. Yes. What did H and the B mean?
I don't know. Minister said I just friend on Facebook. He said he just friended you on Facebook.
Okay, all right, I'll find it. Respect.
Ajina said be safe to wear gloves and masks. There increased cases there and in Florida record at the disease. Oh, she's in Florida. Okay. Clover said, I appreciate the old way we were a community who cared for each other. Juliet says, guys, there's a major earthquake in Haiti this morning. Yes, we saw it. Doris says a number 2 pencil. Sandra said HB2. Yes, Leo.
Number 2, them say happy of that.
All right, Minister, I just accepted your thing. He is a minister of Interchange Apostolic Ministries, Inc. ICAM. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
Minister.
He's a real minister, yes. Enough respect to you, Minister from Rockabesa. Yes. We talk.
Okay. Yes, where we come from. I see the time is going.
Yeah, man. All right. So I want to thank Miguel for being here this morning. Thank you. You fit in for Dianna in a big way.
Yeah.
Make sure so you can come back in, come check. In fact, I would like to see the 2-on-2 thing, so, but anytime you have a chance and you want to come in, just link with and come in contact with us on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, man. I enjoy it, man.
Thank you for joining us.
A very busy time now because we're experiencing the same thing where we are right now with school and COVID, and even though even know what we're gonna happen yet as well. So, as I said, the world is in a kind of weird position. So
yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
We have to accept that we guys in a tough spot. It's a poor country, and yeah.
You see, I see 544 new infections in Jamaica with 8 deaths yesterday.
Yeah.
544.
Yeah,
oh, man,
yeah, the Delta is there.
Yeah, has to.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you again Tuesday night at 9 p.m. And, we can chat a little bit more about old time deals. Thank you so much. This is Leo Gilling, Michelle Fanger, and Dr.
Have a wonderful day.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Nice to meet you. Yes.